Do you mean to count in? That's like we always fail to do.
There we go.
Welcome to another episode of Me and Virgil, a Genesis Brothers podcast.
Well, me and Virgil, we beat the desert, we're riding fast and riding hard. We hit the city, the past behind us, so we raised some hell. We had some fun, washing dishes and making...
And we're back again with EP 7, I believe it is. I Belong to the Sky.
I belong to the sky.
With me, I have... introduce yourself. Many names.
Well, normally you lovely people will know me as me, aka Dan. Today, aka I Belong.
And on my side of the world, it's Virgil here, aka Alex, aka To the Sky.
See what we did there? Same as last time. Yeah.
So I Belong. I believe you had something you wanted to get off your chest.
Well, yes. So, obviously people wouldn't know this. I was like, for those of you hardcore fans, but that's impossible for you to know. So this is actually...
Unless you're family.
Yes. This is for the first and hopefully last time, but who knows. This is our second attempt in recording this episode for Peter Gabriel's latest single. Because we did do one, I think, same time last week, in fact. We did this. We did a whole hour
last week?
spiel.
Feels like it was longer ago. I guess it was last week.
Maybe
Yeah.
I think it was last week, yeah. So we did a whole review spiel of this song, I Belong to the Sky. And
Our
it was all
great
great
material. Yep.
Fantastic material. So then we were done.
England was still winning and doing well.
Oh, yeah, we even gave like a live update on the football that was going on. The night before, England beat Norway. So, yeah, it was that thing going on, you see. So, we were all exciting and talking about that briefly. Then I went home, and then I saw a quick message from Virgil saying, yeah, again, sorry. And I'm like, well, it's fine. It was because it was a late one, you see. It was a late night in the bar where we was. And I thought he was just saying sorry about that. But he says, no. Sorry, because he realized that he hadn't pressed record.
Well, apparently
the
I
Zoom
had
recording.
pressed it, but then there's another thing you have to press too, where you say record where you want to record it, and that I didn't do. So we didn't have the lovely voice saying recording in progress.
In progress, yes. So we're checking now, though. We can see that the rec note is on with the red buttons on, so it's definitely recording tonight. So we didn't get that, but what my youngest daughter pointed out to me, she said, well, you have your recording, don't you, Daddy? It's like, I do actually, yeah. It's like, so what, you just got your voice reacting to what's going on, but you can't hear anything else? It's like, no, I don't. So at some points you're just randomly laughing. Yes, it's like that
Like
might
you're
be a
talking
fun
to a
thing.
ghost.
Yeah, that might be a fun thing to release as a funny blooper. It's like, oh,
A ghost who's a big Peter Gabriel fan.
Exactly.
I realize now I don't feel as bad because even though I've been doing podcasting for almost 10 years now, I feel less bad because I remembered another podcast I followed. He just started a Patreon show that he was doing. The first time he did it, he muffed up the audio and had to redo it. The second time he did it, he forgot to turn on the video. And he's been going on for longer than I have. So I don't feel so bad now that I think about it.
Well, also very appropriately, so when we were gearing up to get ready for our second attempt of this, at the same time, Peter Gabriel, by the time we got round to getting together again with our schedules, the dark side version of I Belong to the Sky got released.
Yep.
And I thought, oh, well, it's out already. We're going to meet after this then. And then I thought, oh, well, how about as a one-off? Because normally when we do these episodes, we do the bright side version, then we meet again the next month, and then we would discuss the dark side of version, or the other version of the single we discussed the previous month. However, today, as it's this far into the month, both versions are out, and we are finally here together to discuss this latest single. So today is a special one. We are going to be discussing both. We're going to give a review of both versions of PG's I Belong to the Sky. You say.
Dark side. Yep.
Yes, you will have them all here. So we're going to talk about that today, as well, of course, as the video that PG released. But before we dive into the bright side version, which was out first, we are going to discuss our review on
Well,
what we
no.
thought about.
Before that, I've got new stuff that I'd mentioned last time, and there's also been further newer news in Genesis and Phil Collins world that I've added. So the news section has grown since our last attempt.
Listen to the news I bring.
Real quick, I wanted to say I've kind of been a little clearer in previous episodes that I am not always a huge fan of Steve Hackett. But thanks to the last episode of Tabletop Genesis, which covered Spectral Morning, it made me listen to the album, and I kind of fell in love with it.
Awesome album.
And it
awesome
really
album.
is. And now I'm basically just going through all of Steve's discography because I thought it was a lot heavier, his stuff, than I thought it was. Basically, I thought most of it was just really heavy, kind of jazzy fusion guitar stuff. And it's like, oh no, there's so much variety here, so much difference, so much Spanish guitar that I'm just totally in love with.
Yes.
I didn't know he has all these like Spanish guitar albums. He has multiple ones of those, and then he has now. I've gotten to ones he's done with orchestras with the Royal Philharmonic and these other. I mean, they're beautiful. I've just been blown away by them. So I'm going through all his stuff and his variety of music, and he's just astonishing. So you big Steve Hackett fan now.
Yeah, and I reckon because you mentioned this, just to cut you off here quickly, quite a while ago, excuse me, that you said we should also have an episode where we each can recommend an album outside of the Genesis catalog from other artists that are sounding quite similar to Genesis, and your mention was Mike Oldfield, and I was incidentally going to suggest King Crimson. But what I would also like to strongly say would be like, it'd be great to also discuss Steve Hackett, as you weren't that familiar with his solo material.
Well, that's also another thing I've discovered in going through Steve's stuff is like I hear a lot of Mike Oldfield here too, who's also a guitarist and does a lot of orchestra and music. It's like, oh yeah, very similar, similarities here and stuff like that. So you just big Steve Hackett fan. The other thing is, I also got in the meantime Tony Banks's wonderful release of his 3 classical albums, all on vinyl now, because he's only had released 5 on vinyl, and so they did one for Record Store Day just in the UK, but then it turned out he released the wonderful news that it's going to be available everywhere a few months after that. So I got my copy, and it's kind of interesting how they organized them, because they obviously came out 765 on the records, and I think it's 4 or 5 records, but it's arranged in order of 5, 6, 7, which is kind of interesting. The track list goes the opposite order. Yeah, I mean, 5 was the biggest seller, and actually my favorite of his is the first song on 5 called Prelude to a Million Years. That
is spectacular.
It's all cool, yeah. But then the really cool thing is, apparently, according to sources I was checking online, there were only 500 copies of these that were made, that were shipped around, and Mr. Tony Banks happened to have included these little cards inside each one of them, and on the back he happens to have put his little signature on here too. Just a little sign. And then I was checking, like, I was checking with people like, is this real, or is this just a printed thing? And the guy's like, I got the Record Store Day one, and I brought this separate one, and you can see the difference in the signatures, that they're clearly been signed at 2 different times because they're slightly different.
Wow.
And so it's authentic. So I have my first piece of signed Genesis merchandise, and honestly, I couldn't be happier that it's Tony. Because
of course
he's my guy. Okay, let's move on real quick. The other big news is for the Lamb Anniversary box set, they've announced that they are releasing the Blu-ray. I think it's the Dolby Atmos mix. There's just a Blu-ray coming out of just that has the surround sound Atmos mix on it. That's coming out August 28th. And basically, so you can buy it and you just have this cool surround sound remastered cool version. Because that's really kind of the big difference with a lot of them. Yeah. And then the last thing that I found out just yesterday, which kind of got announced over the last few days, I think we talked about in a previous episode that it seems like they're releasing some sort of vinyl box set of Phil's Take a Look at Me Now, kind of, his expanded deluxe mixes. So they just announced this year's is going to be Face Value, and that's coming out on September 18th. So very happy to hear that. And pre-ordered it this morning. It's got some cool, all the demos on there, but it's got some extra stuff, like some of his Perkins Palace performances and things like that, and like some alternate versions of some of the songs that we might not have heard before. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's coming out.
Well, I do really hope that hopefully included on that is a Once Upon a Time version that I heard of The Roof is Leaking, performed on his Sirius tour. where
It
it is.
might. That one. I don't know if that one's on there. Don't think it was.
It's a
But it would be
shame,
cool if it
because
was that one. The one from
you know the one I'm
from
talking
LA.
about, yeah.
The one from LA. That's like, this is kind of the best song I've ever heard of Phil Collins.
It's like the full band rock
Yeah.
version. It's just
it
an
is so
insane
good.
version.
It's like
It is so
I mean, the
good.
Roof is Leaking is a fantastic song as it is, and plus
yeah.
you've got Eric
Yeah,
on
yeah.
guitar originally,
Yeah.
and then you had Daryl doing it, and just like, but this is just like becomes an incredible rock song that you never
Yeah.
knew could become like that.
No.
But we'll link
No,
it in here. I know it's specifically from the LA show. I think they did it on a few other shows
Okay.
too. But it's
Right.
yeah. When I heard that, I was just in tears.
It'll be nice to get like a proper mixed version of that.
Yeah.
At some point.
Did you read the news today?
But okay, so let's move on to a hard lesson: the Dark Side mix.
The Dark Side mix. Yes. So obviously, up until this point, we were 100% Dark Side bros. We were loving all the Dark Side versions. They just have more oomph, more life, and overall better mix towards it. So when Hard Lesson came out, we really liked it. Plus, it was
Basically, Chad Black knew what we liked and was doing that.
Yeah,
in the Dark
and
Side
it
mixes.
and plus it was the return of Manu as well. He just smacked you back in the face with snare, saying, "Yes, I am back, friends. I have missed you too." So then the Dark Side version came out, and yeah, we were both like, "Oh dear, oh dear."
We wanted to. We really wanted to, but it just wasn't doing it for us.
No. So what I have here with my notes is there's unfortunately, because with the Bright Side version, it felt like a nice raw, sort of bluesy vibe going on there. With the Dark Side version, it kind of takes that all the way because there's such strong production on the Dark Side version. Some cool things going on there, yes, but the snare sound just doesn't sound like Mando's trademark snare sound. It's got a very strange sound over it.
Yeah,
There's some cool slap bass going on, which I've noticed on that version.
that was brought up, I
Bright Side.
think. Yeah, right from Tony. Yeah.
And I've written here that it doesn't have the same drive. It almost sounds,
That
it's
blues
almost
riff is
straight
like
sounding.
fuzzy. Is how I describe it,
Yeah,
because it's got
yeah,
stuff
yeah.
done to it basically, and it's not as nice.
Yeah, and there's a strange hat sound going on, like and
He means
Mano's
hi-hat,
drums
not
are,
hat.
yes, drum instrument here. Mano's drums sound drowned out. The only thing I did like here was the middle eight. That just gave it some nice
Right.
atmospheric sounds, but that was it for me. Yeah.
I said drum softened here with a more electronic sound.
Yep,
Sounds harsher, which is fine.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's like, I think we would have been fine with this version if this was the only version that existed out there. But because we just
Right.
experienced the beauty of the Brightside version, it just was lesser. Yeah. So we're like Brightside fans here. We switched over. We've
Yeah.
we're joining the
We-
Rebel
we-
Force, and
We were wondering if we
we're gonna
we
bring
had
the Empire
just
down.
we were hoping to have made the entire first side of the album just all big fans of Dark Side versions, but no, so close, yes, but no. Anyway,
Okay, so
So,
moving on to
that's
I
it.
Belong to the Sky. Well, I guess before we start talking about it, should we hear a little bit about the song? Yeah, let's hear some of the song.
oh, the song, absolutely.
all the stars in the night, and the sun shining. The sun paints a smile from the east to the west. Quiet now, as dreams leave their nest, leave their nest. As dreams leave their nest, leave their nest.
So now we've done that.
Our predictions, real quick, because I got to throw these back. You said it was going to be one word, this or that.
This or that. This/that.
Let me think. You said it was going to be. Hopefully, it was going to be it was going to go back down. It was going to be a gentle song. What lies ahead? I thought it was going to go up. Olive tree, punchy poppy. So we kind of got maybe not fully up like it was with a hard lesson, but it's definitely higher up.
Yeah. It still chugs along. Has a nice, it has a really nice groove to it. So the first thing I noticed was the beginning of the song when the piano kicks in. I thought it was going one way rhythmically, right? So I'm just hearing this do do do. So I was like, this sort of like boom boom boom. But then suddenly some extra percussiveness kicks in, and suddenly it's like it's like, oh, okay,
we're changing the beat here.
And I kid you not, even to this day, that intro still throws me off up until that percussion kicks in. Still to this day, it still sounds like
it's kind of like,
sure
actually, another thing about it, when he did Steam live for the Us tour, which remember it would start, and it would start all kind of slow, and he was, I'm in your steam, and then it cuts into the... So again, that was a kind of a different thing where it starts all slow and you're like, oh, I kind of like this version, and then it changes.
But I guess it's just Peter having fun with the rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, we're used to that with him, yeah, isn't it? Yeah, and obviously with Genesis too, playing around with time signatures and stuff, it's their bread and butter.
It does, yeah. But no, a very positive song. Really like it. It's got, I put here first listen. I listened to it whilst I was in the kitchen doing some stuff, but I had to delay doing the stuff because I couldn't stop moving to the song. I couldn't stop dancing.
Peter dancing.
It just had this, it just had this fantastic rhythmic feel. Yeah. And
I love David's guitar on it when it comes in too. The dun, 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 remind me a bit of this is the picture kind of feel to it. Again, groovy, very groovy.
Oh yeah, true. I put it on for the first time for me to hear it in front of my family, and then I took the speaker away with me into the kitchen. But my wife was just like, "Is he ever going to start singing?" It is a long intro.
Hey, welcome to prog rock.
Yeah. Well, that was the nice part because like each round, another something sort of percussiveness kicks in with each round in the song.
Yeah,
which I
building
believe,
on it, basically.
Yeah. So it just sounds like a bit of a call back to what Peter talked about 2 months ago. He says
you should play her the dividing
percussion
line.
involved.
5 minutes later, oh, he started singing.
There it is, yes. But no, also, as soon as Manu kicks in, it's just like, oh yeah, he's there, he's
Thank
still
you for
there.
that again, yes. You can't do that enough, with Manu coming in like that, just like, hey, let me show you what I can do.
And I thought it was quite interesting that the last episode we talked about where we discussed saying, oh, what songs, I don't know how we got into the subject, but what songs does Peter have where there's saxophone, you see? And then you probably, for those of you who checked out the episode, you heard that I added a couple of songs that Peter does have with saxophone in it. And strangely enough, this song has got brass in it. It's got saxophone in this song.
It's got multiple, because it's got real saxophone, and then it's got Peter on synth saxophone too,
synth sax here. Yeah, actually, for the first time, I don't know why I hadn't done this before, even with I.O., I actually went on Wikipedia to check out the personnel for this song, because I was quite curious to see who was actually doing the saxophone for this. And so the chap on saxophone is Evan Smith. It says he's doing saxophone plus percussion. on this song. Yes,
At the same time.
And also, perhaps, who knows? But I believe I did put here somewhere else that I think he was also involved with the sound engineering, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, there's been a lot of that already on this record with musicians doing different things, and and I'm sure probably Peter's band, Tony, Steve, but all together they all do different things that are involved in the production stuff too.
Yeah. No, it's but a great brass section. I love it. Again, a little bit callback to Peter's love for Motown, that kind of stuff as well. So great to have that too.
I felt the slower part reminded me a little bit of No Way Out from Up, with the kind of the chorus bit of it, just a little bit of that. What else do I have? The woman's voice. It's obviously it's his daughter, I'm guessing, right? Doing background vocals.
Yeah. She's on there too, Melanie. And what I really like with the, I guess it's the verse sections, is that Manu starts kicking in with some bossa nova stuff. It's the bossa nova, which is like a Cuban, South American. So
that's
rhythm.
just the beat, the rhythm as it's doing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, where stick is landing on the side of the snare. It's a metallic rim or wooden, depending on the snare you have. And the bulk of the stick is sitting on the snare. Your palm is kind of lying on the snare. Excuse me. And then you whack sort of like a third of the tip of the stick. Well, recommended to actually flip the stick around. You got the thick part of the stick on that rim to get a more thicker sound and to create that classic sound. And that's what you're hearing here with Manu doing that. Yeah. I know he's done lots of more other stuff with that. I can't think for the life of me what it is, but a great tune to really hear that, what the whole cross sticking sign is like, because when your hand is like that and your other hand is over here on the cymbal hi-hat, your arms are literally in a cross position. That's why it's called cross sticking, you see. But a great example of cross sticking rhythm is Sting's song Fields of Gold. You just listen to that rhythm, boom, boom.
Yep.
That's cross sticking all the way, you see. That's a great example of it.
Great song too.
I see here that Brian Eno is on additional synth as well.
That makes sense. Maybe he was doing more sax synth. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, perhaps. Yeah. And also there's a Katie May who is on both electric and acoustic guitar. But then further down, it shows that she's also doing the sound engineering at Real World. So I immediately thought back. I was like, well, there was always this woman when Peter was talking about... there amongst always looking at the screens and like, could that be the Katie May, perhaps? I
mean, it would make sense. It's just we're talking. It's just lots of people doing multiple jobs here and stuff. Well, but it's great. Really, it's like a family album. Yeah, all being involved in all the different parts of it, putting it all together.
100%. Exactly. Yeah.
And then the song kicks into a mega groove at the end, and they just jam for like 3 minutes. Oh, amazing.
Well. Which kind of brings it into it once you go into that bridge section, which I actually didn't notice until quite recently. That bridge section, that's the intro section. Just doing it again. Right. It's the same. It's the same intro. I never really picked that up. Exactly. Yeah. Bringing it back again, and then Manu just kicks in that awesome fill, and then the band just really.
I love his using his little cymbals and stuff. Just like the variety of sound he gets in those. It's just wonderful. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, a killer.
You never quite know when they're going to come in and where and stuff. That's what makes it so fun, I think. Yeah, they just jam together.
Yes, and I put here outro kicks, and I'm sure I can say this, kicks ass. It really is a true band jam with saxophone as well. Yeah, which is, it's fantastic. And I know we're gonna talk about the video. I was gonna quote from one thing in the video where the first thing in the video that Peter says, he says, one of the things I love about this track is the amazing musicians I'm lucky enough to work with, and the band on this track, you can really hear them take off. And I remember
even though they're a bunch of old timers, they can still groove.
And he says here, I remember at the time you knew everyone was into it. In the pocket. And
in the pocket, as he likes to say. Yeah.
And that's what I absolutely love. Yeah, because we'll echo back to this a little bit in the video where he quotes some other things as well. So yeah, the outro is absolutely fantastic. I love it because you don't want it to end, and thankfully with Peter,
go on as long as you want.
I'm having a good time. Yeah, he says, I don't want this sort of stuff to end. I want songs to carry on.
The live
That's why
version
a lot
will
of
be
these songs-
15 minutes.
I put here potential mega live track, absolutely. There's a nice descending bell sound that kind of goes at the end as well. Ding, 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 kind of going at the end as well. I've got here as well, there's a high voice at the end, which I can presume then is Melanie doing it, but I can't really tell if it's Peter or not, just doing his thing. But what I do like,
Peter screaming, basically.
Peter screaming. But that's like, oh, that's the classic Peter scream.
Still sounds great. Yep.
I'm immediately transported back to like the 80s, late 70s. Peter screaming. Ah! Oh, it's just there, and I love it. Yeah.
Last thing I had was the last last few seconds of the song where it goes, "Ooh," just kind of reminded me a bit of "Welcome to Machine" by Pink Floyd. Yeah. Okay, I think that's all I had for that. We'll go into the video, shall we?
Yes.
Hi there, everyone. Here we are again, another full moon, and this one is a strawberry moon.
You said you can really hear the band take off, like you said. I was wondering where Peter was in the video because his background looks weird. He's got like this red curtain behind him, and then these shells with unusual knickknacks on there and stuff.
That's true.
It looked like something
from
Twin Peaks or something.
That's true. I did look up online where he was, but now I forgot it now, and I don't want to go online now because my computer will just slow down like crazy.
Well, it was...
he is in a different studio, but in London. Yeah, and it just
trying to remember
some of the stuff was recorded.
From our previous attempt at recording this, I'm trying to remember because you had it there, and it was like, wasn't the Robin studio? It was some
no. Recorded at Real World Studios plus the Beehive in London sound studio.
Why is he at another studio? What's he doing? Is it all stuff for the, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing or whatever? Yeah.
But again, he mentions this is an IO era song that didn't get finished, which I thought was quite interesting. So,
inspired by drummer Chico Hamilton, he said, loves the sound, the kind of jazz sound, and hadn't heard it for a while, so he wanted to bring it back into a song. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Chico Hamilton is like a pioneer mallet performer. Now, this is interesting. When I listened to the video watched the video a couple of times, it took me a little bit to try to work out what Peter was talking about, because I thought he meant like hitting mallets, sticks against the side of some timpani things. But now I'm realizing what he means. He says these timpani sticks. What he's talking about are these mallet sticks, which are used to play on regular drums, where the tip of the stick is like muffled. It's got felt on them, you see.
Maybe you can show a picture when you have it.
Yeah.
We can see what it looks like. Yeah.
Well, actually, there is I'll put a shot here because there is a moment in the video where you can see Manu using those sticks.
Great. Yeah.
So Peter says that there's a rhythm that you do on the drums with that, you see. So when you hit a drum with a stick, it creates this very present sound, like a massive thud, you see. But with the mallets, that sort of like cushions
muffled.
the sound, literally muffles the sound, literally, you see. And another great example of that is that Nick Mason from Pink Floyd. He used that a lot, especially for their earlier stuff. So
the
think
controls
of like,
for the Heart of the Sun?
Yes, prime example, exactly that. That sort of stuff.
And it's almost like a heartbeat thumping that you're hearing.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
So Peter says that there was a rhythm going with that, which he loved, and that's what brought the rhythm of the song towards him, you see. So, yeah.
Interesting. He said the main topic is about visualizing, dreams leaving their nest. The world is more valuable than we believe, he said. And if you really make strong pictures of something, you really affect the chances of it happening. So going further of the, believe in it, fully believe in yourself and what you can do, and then you can do, I don't want to say anything, but you can do most things if you fully believe in it.
Which sounds exactly like the definition of manifestation. Yeah. Manifesting.
He talks about, again, we kind of hinted at this earlier, that he thinks a lot of songs end too soon, and the best feeling is when you are in the pocket, and then this one he really lets it go and just grooves. I mean, I wonder if it almost went even longer too, or if it just did end as they planned it there.
I'm kind of curious about that too. Yeah, I mean, it says so many years that the song runs on song. Let the ends run on the songs. Yeah, it's an annoying thing with the groove. Just sort of, it's getting into it. You're in the pocket. Yeah, then for
getting really understanding it. Yeah, and then
for pop reasons, the song has to stop. Yeah,
you hit your 3-minute mark. You got to the end of the song. Yep, because it's radio play and all that. He had a very interesting talk about his kind of feelings with jazz, that he never liked the showiness of jazz. He said he couldn't give a toss about the virtuosity of, Miles Davis or Coltrane, of how, amazing they were on their various instruments.
And I've had a weird relationship with jazz. I mean, I tease Manu about it sometimes.
He wants to be moved, not impressed.
Not impressed.
Like a Zen approach to music where less is more.
Always great. Yeah, and he uses Lang Lang.
Yep.
For piano.
He's a virtuoso piano player.
Movements.
Yep. And he's like, no, I want more just to enjoy moments that you create with music instead of just showing off what you can do.
Yeah, and John McLaughlin gets mentioned as well with his Zen approach. And he says complicated classical pieces with many things happening can just pass him by. And
now, my half thought about this, though, was, is he dissing Tony Banks and his keyboard solos? Specifically, Cinema Show. Because that's been a feud for a long time.
Well, it's arguable that, isn't it? Because jazzers are known to sort of improvise. And yes, fair enough, a lot of Genesis, when they're writing the songs, they are improvising. But then once that solo is locked in, that's it. It's that solo, you see. And those solos have moved me for pretty much my entire life.
And will continue to, yes.
Yeah, and I can sing those solos too.
The one, yeah, exactly. And airplay. And then really the one moment of true improv we have, which we've heard about, is the waiting room, obviously, and how each time it was performed during the Lamb tour, it was a little bit different because of the improv
100%.
nature of it. Yeah.
I mean, just to quickly say that I remember I made this sort of reference last time, going back to how you when you're in the pocket, you don't want a song to end, and you're kind of in that zone, and you don't want to be taken out of it. And I put down here as well. It's a bit like where both of us being parents, and those who are listening who are parents can certainly relate to this. That when you got kids there, and you can see the kids, whether it's your own children or your kids playing with other kids, you can see that they've got a game going. Their imagination is running wild, and then they're in the zone. And something else is happening here, and suddenly, wham! Parent comes over saying, "It's dinner time now. It's home time. We gotta go." The imagination is just destroyed. That's it, and you may never get that back, because there's so many times when my kids tend to be like, "Why don't we just play that game you were playing?" I can't remember what that game was. I've forgotten. You see, and it's the same thing here.
I have a 4-year-old, and he does that all the time. Even if he can be in a bad mood or trying to get him to finish dinner and all this stuff. And then literally 5 seconds later, all of a sudden he's playing with these two cars and he's just lost in this other world. And you don't want to touch him. You just watch. And it's just like amazing imagination going on. It's just incredible. Yeah.
It's truly beautiful.
And then going on to his scream.
I like a good scream.
He's thinking about Arabic music, letting loose. He admits, like, as good as he sounded in that scream, that it took him a bit of a while to get there, that he does plenty of out-of-tune screams that you have to do it a few times. But his kind of mantra in this is never worry about making a fool of yourself, because you're inevitably going to. So just, let yourself be free and get in the pocket.
Well, and he says that other singers have asked him for this sort of advice, which is how you get that. And you can hear on the records that it goes, it not necessarily go out of tune, but his voice will break and things like this. And they do end up on records, those as well, you see. And
you find new things that way, or new feelings and things and stuff like that too. I feel that's true for every artist, that you do a few different takes and stuff, and then you can find out. I mean, I find that with my own recording and podcasting, of how you think how you want to say a line, and then you accidentally say it a different way, and you're like, oh, actually, that's more better. That's more natural, So you never know what you want to keep playing around. The beauty of it 100%. Is that you're recording everything, and then you find out which one works best for you.
Yeah, and I could, very funny enough, as he's talking about that, there's a shot of him and David doing some ahs in the video. Don't know what that's for, but it's just two of them there just going ooh ah,
like
and then
Tony Bennett and Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, and there's a cute moment actually, just as Peter does it. It looks like he had caught his breath or did something when ooh ah, and you see him going. But it's very cool to see that, and obviously David to still add the backing vocals as he's been doing for God knows how many long. Yeah. I put here as well. The voice. Yeah, and he says the voice almost needs to sound like it is an instrument letting loose.
It is.
My immediate thought was like, going back to Pink Floyd again. Great Gig in the Sky. Perfect prime example right there. You see, they literally said let the voice be a musical instrument, and that's what That's what he does. That's what he's all about. 100%.
Quick plug, Ozzy Floyd are starting a North American tour. I need to text Dave. Yeah. But yes, I'll hopefully be seeing them in 3 weeks or something like that. But yes, if you want to experience Pink Floyd music in the best way you can, check out ozzyfloyd.com.
Yes, it's the greatest hits tour. And if you are a big fan of Pink Floyd, and I saw them back in March, and yes, it really is a greatest hits. Just so many surprises. It's fantastic. So yeah.
Going on to the artwork, or do you have anything else for the song?
No. It was just before we get to the artwork, the deep note is there again in the video.
I was looking to try and find an image that would be appropriate for this song, and looked at a few that had some elements of sky connected to the imagery. I was very happy that we were allowed to use this image, and there are some others where he has clouds in different situations, but this was my favorite.
But the same new note as the last video as well, because the previous.
So we had 2 notes now, basically, or 3.
Yep. 2 notes, I think. Yeah,
2 notes.
Yeah. But it's that
one more,
it's
and we have a chord.
We do. So on to the artwork now, then. Yes.
The artwork, it's by Burnout Schmilde. I can't remember how you said it.
Burnout Schmilde. Now, I'm probably killing that pronunciation, so I do apologize. Burnout, again, sorry for pronunciation.
And the piece is called Nimbus der Tokomst 1, 2019. I checked out his Instagram, and it has a lot of kind of clouds coming into rooms and things like that, and a lot of them were actually, interestingly, videos showing physical smoke and clouds forming in these videos. I don't know how it happened inside these rooms, and it almost seemed like they took stills of those to use the artwork. Peter said when he was looking for the appropriate image, he was looking for images of sky, and then he came across this of a cloud brought internally. So, as he says here,
this mixture of outside world and interior world.
Or as I like to say, AKA, oi.
Oh, outside world, inside. Oh, nice.
He also talked about clouds representing different things, happy things, dreams, and sense of the future, and which was just a wonderful kind of marriage here of the image with the meaning of the song, which was great.
Yes.
When, as he says here, when things come together, you get more than the sum of the parts. You get something more. Which is great.
Interesting. He mentions some of the parts. wasn't that once upon a time a Genesis documentary?
All parts. Yes, I think
some of all parts. Yeah.
Yes. So while we're done now with all things bright side, should we delve into the dark side?
As we've already listened to it. Yes. Okay. So the dark side, it came out just 3 days ago or something like that, I think. So, what's your impression? Because I've actually got 2 impressions.
Okay, mine was quite similar to A Hard Lesson, yeah. Of just, again, lots of different things going on. The opening sounds pretty similar to me. The guitar is a little different. When the drums come in, they're a lot more softer and muted, which I'm not a fan of. The echoing toms there were during the verses was kind of interesting. And there was more, you actually even hear throughout the verses more of Manu's little cymbal sounds, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
I guess those were always in there. The horn sounds a little modulated a little bit or whatever, a little different. I think it's the synth horn. Occasionally he messes with Peter Gabriel's voice, using a kind of phone sound almost with certain parts of it, is what I imagined it as. And the jam, I said at the end, just doesn't have the same feel to it as the bright side. It felt too busy to me, and I might have even said messy for me. Bringing it back to the football, you see.
Yeah, so I first used my Bluetooth speaker to listen to the Dark Side version, and at first I thought, oh, this is great. This is so, I was hearing more cymbals, it sounded more mixed. Peter's voice didn't sound so full, and I thought, I hear some more details going on there. Then I listened to it just today with my headphones on, and I so want to love it. I really, really do. But especially in the verses, there's like this bass sound which is so in your head, almost to the point where it almost sounds out of tune or whatever.
It's almost like it's bending the note a bit or something. Yeah,
yeah.
Weird. Yeah.
Whether it's because the tonality is affecting, it's clashing a little bit with what Peter's doing vocally. I don't know, but
I think it's just something he particularly did for the mix, and it's different, but I'm not sure it's working for me.
Yeah, so that part of stuff, I mean, with Manu's snare, it's like, okay, well, I mean, his snare is there, and it does sound still a lot like his snare, but the what's it called? The tone hangs on.
Sustain?
Oh God. Yes, the sustain of the snare.
Yeah,
it just doesn't hang on as much.
No,
as
it's gone.
The bright side, it's
and
gone
it
very
feels
quickly.
like it's like he's hitting. I've got an electric drum kit here, like he's hitting an electric drum kit without it turned on.
Yeah,
so just like
I do. Yeah, I do like how that vocal at the end of the song, it really comes through a hell of a lot more. And now I'm convinced that is Melanie.
Yeah, that was a very nice at the end too. I will agree. That sounds a little bit nicer.
So I do like that. And of course, what hit me then, I was like, is this my request finally being answered? Where I said it would be nice to have like a different vocal on a track, a female vocal, not as much as "Don't Give Up," but just something there.
Maybe she's creeping in more with each song, and that's what she's doing. You'll end with "Don't Give Up."
So you're right. I mean, I listened to it with that. The impact of the ending is just not as impactful because the drums get drowned out, and as you said, it does sound a bit less.
Again,
still a bit
I think
messy,
we would be totally happy if this was the version we had, but because we have this earlier version that we enjoy much more.
Yeah.
I
so really wanted to like this, but it's a bit too much.
Before we started recording today, I was listening to both versions again just to kind of get fresh in my head, and I was looking actually at the YouTube numbers, and interestingly, the bright side of "I Belong to the Sky" was at 111,000, which is pretty good for the 3 weeks it's been out. But then I was looking at other like earlier songs from this album and stuff like, and even off of IO, and they were less. Like this, for some reason, this bright side version of this song has even beaten Hard Lesson, which we thought was a better. We said Hard Lesson is a better song, we feel, than I Belong to the Sky. But this has more listens to it, which was kind of interesting, I thought.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. People like it.
Interesting. People seem to really like it. Yeah. I don't know if it's the mood of the summer or the whole World Cup vibe or something, you know.
They like the pocket. They're all in the pocket, and they like going back into the pocket. Peter's onto something here.
He is.
Okay, well, that wraps up, I think we've really got to say about "I Belong to the Sky."
No, it just sounds like once again we are bright side bros of both Hard Lesson and "I Belong to the Sky."
I wonder if it's going to be a bright side B to the album.
I wonder if we're going to be bright side fans right up until the very last song, where we're going to suddenly jump right back to
Switch
dark
back
side,
over,
which means we'll have a nice even amount of bright side and dark side.
I guess so.
Versions that we like. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So predictabilities then.
Yes.
For the next
Our next
track.
song I did check is dropping July 29th with the next full moon. What are we going to get?
Oh wow. Okay. 12 days.
Yeah. How long?
Okay.
Get this out quick, Dan.
Get this out quick. Now I think we're going to have a very I don't know. Something tells me now we're going to have something really upbeat. Faster.
I think I'm going hopeful. I think we're gonna have another like 2 or 3 songs upbeat because we've got how many songs we've got left? 5.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. Yeah,
5. So I'm gonna say at least 2, maybe 3 more upbeat songs. Then he might slow it down, and then the last track will just
Yeah, the last track I find is going to be a slow one, and it's just going to build a little bit.
I think the penultimate one is going to be the slow one, and then the last track is going to be like it was on IO. The thing that just lifts you up and makes you cry.
No, for some reason telling me that the penultimate track is going to be the really upbeat one, and then the last track is going to be a slow one, but it's going to be very sparse. I feel like a little bit.
Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. What's the next song going to be then? So you say down.
Okay, fine.
Okay, you said up. You said up. So
I said up. I'm saying up.
We're both going
up.
So it's going to be depressing then, like the album Up, huh?
No. Yeah, and then the title of the song, gosh, could go
I think
either
these
way,
one-word
either way.
things were off here, so let's go back to
No, we're
3
off.
words, 4 words. Let's go 5.
Well, we were correct with the 3 words for hard lesson. A hard lesson. We were correct on that matter. So
A hard, you
no,
were
I
right
think
there,
we're
A
gonna have
hard.
we're gonna be there's gonna be a 4-word song. A 4-word song. This
This must be love. No,
no. I don't know. This is now you. I don't know. That just
hang in
just
long
popped
enough.
into my
No,
head.
that's already been done.
This
Dance
is
into
now,
the light. No, that's done too. Oh man, I can't think of anything.
You mean dancing to the moon at night?
And then, do you have just a real quick tap into our next full episode that you're still working on of the second Lamb episode from Lilith? What Lilith to It?
Yes.
How's that going?
I'm almost halfway through it now. Actually, I was up very early the following some mornings ago where I couldn't sleep anymore. It was like 7 a.m. I'm like, all right, I'll just jump on and start doing some stuff. Before I knew it, I was from the waiting room all the way through to guaranteed. No, I was going to say guaranteed eternal sanctuary.
You're doing Supper's Ready again?
So-
I don't remember us covering that.
Here comes the supernatural.
Another weird, just long sentence of a song name. That's all.
yeah. So I'm on there now. So getting through it, and then I dread to think what we're gonna be talking about at the end because it was so long ago now. I can't remember what we did. So because again,
I said that was my favorite on that side or not. Little spoiler there. I think I might have said it was. No, actually, I think it was the one before it.
no, shush.
I got to titillate them a little bit, get them interested.
Yeah, I will continue to work on it. I will do my best as well to maybe leak a few bits here and there just to
Little
just to
reels,
keep
maybe
whipping-
some reels.
yeah
keep it
just to
real.
keep wetting the
Whetting the appetite.
So, yes.
You can show off your shirt too. That's a good little promo there too. Well, you have to stand up. I don't know if you can stand up without breaking it.
No, I can't do it now. Stand
Yes.
up. Oh,
Thanks, Collins,
yeah.
Rutherford,
and well,
Gabriel
and
Hackett.
there-
in various
Oh, yeah,
album
there's-
covers. Yep. There we
Of
go.
course
Okay, that's
there
enough. Now you got to make people
There's,
seasick.
there's the Lamb logo right
Yeah.
there. Appropriately over Gabriel. There you go. All right then. Well, this has been fun.
Yep. We got through it.
Got
Should
through
be
it.
recorded.
Second time's a charm.
Didn't feel that bad. I thought it was going to be like getting a wound again or something, but wasn't that bad.
Oh no, it was fine. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. All
Good
fun.
times. Good times.
So, people, thank you once again for sticking with us. So, again, I know that it's starting to sound like a broken record here, but stay tuned for whether it's going to be Lily White to It episode coming out, or it's going to be, our review of PG's next song, which is called "This Is for You." Title just hit me in the head.
Okay,
now,
I thought you knew it. It's like, whoa, how did you find that out? Did you get the email super early? That's not bad. Not
is-
my guess, I think.
This is for you. Yeah.
For me?
Might be. Sounds a bit.
Me?
Sounds,
Or you?
Sounds a bit. Sounds a bit corny. I know, but I don't know. The title just hit me. So this is for something. This is something. I feel like. Not the picture. Not this is the picture.
This is the something. There's
This
a
is
full
the
letter song
this
of
is the-
PG's.
This is the something. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Good. What's your title? What did you say? You didn't give a title. did you?
I'm not. I'm going with the 4-word thing, but I'm not going to guess anything.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right, good. Well, then, we thank you for sticking with us, and those of you who tuned in or watching here as well. Hello, waving here to you. So, until then, it is a very good night / good morning from me. I belong.
And a toasty afternoon, though it is cooling down at least from Virgil, aka To the Sky. I got Tony's signature.
Me and Virgil chop some wood, but we stop our swinging just to listen to a crying.
Thank you for listening to Me and Virgil, a Genesis Brothers podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you can get new episodes as soon as they're released. Feel free to rate and review wherever you get your podcasts, and be sure to mention us to your Genesis friends so you can agree or disagree with what we talked about on the show. Me and Virgil, a Genesis Brothers podcast, is edited by Dan Talander and produced and hosted by Dan Talander, aka me, and Alex C. Talander, aka Virgil. If you'd like to reach us to let us know what you thought about this episode, or if you wanted to correct something we were very wrong about, you can reach us at meandvirgilpod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok under the handle Me and Virgil Pod for announcements and info about the show, as well as anything else we'd think you'd be interested in related to all things Genesis. For now, thanks again for listening. We really appreciate it, and see you on the next episode of Me and Virgil, a Genesis Brothers podcast.
Well, me and Virgil, we beat the desert, we're riding fast and riding hard. We hit the city, the past behind us, so we raced some hell, we had some fun. And to this day, I can hear my saying to me, you're a big boy now.
This stuff happens, and it happens to every single podcast, So we're still waiting on Tabletop's 3 Sides Live recording,
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Yeah, but you can understand how, because they spent 2.5 hours doing that, and they'd have to redo it. Where it all begin.
So I have the pop shield back, but it's not attached professionally, thankfully, because of its little adjustable tube. I've somehow managed to trap it through the legs of the microphone. I've wind it through the legs in a 180 position,
Like a guy leading a bunch of sheep around a pole, basically.
And we'll see you all next time on Me and Virgil. Thank you very much. Until then.
Did you want to give your outro of "This is goodbye" from?
Yes. Blooper.
Some
it was Air Studios. Air Studios.